Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. Today we go back to school. Which school? My school. As you know, I am making this wonderful rally car. This is the, I don't remember, 4th, 5th video about. Link in the description for the other, because I think that is quite useful, because this is a standard cheap chassis that I turned in something better using few money and some work, a lot of work. If you are interested, go there, you find the link. And now we are here with this car, with mud guards, with fenders, with oil dampers, ball bearings, lot of things, lot of nice things. But there's something. It's empty. It's terrible. It's a shell. It's a toy. I like to have it more realistic. And as perhaps you know, if you are a newcomer, you don't know, but I'm pretty able to realize scratch-built interiors. They are pictorial. Well, I used to do them with this instrument. I don't take measurements and so on. I do the things while I'm doing. I change several times my ideas and so on. Okay, but this is not important. Today, as I told you, we go back to school. And to go to school, you need tools. You need pencil, paper, backpack, something. And also to do models, you need tools and raw materials. So today I'm very happy to show you my way to do scratch-built interiors for RC cars. What else? Of course, comment, like and subscribe. And this is almost all what I need. The raw materials to realize scratch-built interiors. Overall, it's plastic. Plastic in different forms, different sizes, different. We start from the main material, the thing that I love more, this. This is a very expensive raw material, because this is a sheet of plastic, but they €8, one bag. €8, it is in dollars, go find $8, about $8. It's quite the same. The difference is so little. And this we call in Italy Plasticard. It seems something between English and Italian. They are in different thickness, from 2 millimeters to 0.5. The one I use most is 0.75. It's wonderful. You glue with plastic glue. You can bend using something to warm it. You can cut, you can scrape, and you can realize everything you want. For instance, this is a part of a Mini Cooper S Rally from Kyosho. I transformed in front-wheel drive. There's a video also about this. Go to my channel and look for it if you are interested. To me, this is not garbage. This part maybe I can use for something else. The way I use to glue this with this is this. I bend, cut, and then tack with glue. This is very strong. What about Plasticard? Never throw nothing. In these bags there are a lot of pieces. These are thick and these are thin. And with these pieces you do reinforcement, you do little parts, you can melt and make a sort of paste to fill up holes. You can do a lot of things, really. The sizes. 0.75 is light and quite durable. 05 is the size, for instance, of the Tamiya interiors, the part you don't use of the interiors. 025 is very, very thin. In Plasticard you can find also strips, several kind of rods, profile, L, T, and tubes. With these tubes I used to realize the roll cage. I think that I have to buy some this size. You can bend, warming, you can glue, you can cut, you can do everything. And if you are able, you can realize a roll cage like the original one. Changing material, we go to this. This could be garbage, but not to me. This is the sprue for the static model kits or for the plastic parts for RC cars. This sprue, as this, is very useful to realize some parts of the interior. But I want to show you, look at this. Look at this wire. This is fantastic. I learned this trick making static plastic airplanes. This they used to do the antenna wires on the plane. But with this you can do the stick for the switches on the dashboard. Yes? This is one of the use. The other use is to realize roll bar parts, tubes and rods. And in this case I would like to see inside the box we have all these plastic parts, and we have large section. Another thing I use is paper. With paper I realize part of the suit of the pilot when you have to invent an arm and something. It's very useful, glue and paper. But mostly I used to do this, and this is a seat belt. This is folded 1, 2 and 3, then painted. This is fantastic because it's soft, it's like tissue, and gives a lot of realism, and you can do in any color you want. Paper, foams. Foams I discovered 2 or 3 years ago, and it was the best solution to do seats. There are different kind of foams you can find in the packaging. This that is a sponge. This sponge is quite good. It's quite in scale, difficult to paint, not difficult to glue. This other sponge would be perfect, but has a problem. What do you do with sponge and water? So, not very good. This is a sort of neoprene. Fantastic. And you see the texture is perfect for 110 cars. This is very light, very soft and very hard. We call it polistyrolo. Polistyrolo. Find on Google. This is a very good material to do seats. This time I would like to do seats with a shell in plastic with evergreen plastic, and the inside with this. Then inside I will have the pilot. Pilot 1 and 2. Yaris Toyota WRC is a rally car, so there are 2 persons inside, the driver and the co-driver. These pilots from Tamiya are not so expensive and perfect. There's the steering wheel that is very, very important because it's not so easy to realize a perfect steering wheel. The body is quite good, the dress similar to the modern one. The only one thing is that the helmet is a typical vintage from the 70s helmet. So you need to do some work to actualize. So with evergreen plastic you can do parts to obtain a modern helmet. After these parts we need some tools. These are obviously not all the tools I use, but these are the one I use more. Sandpaper, scissors, very good. Different cutters, also this, it is fantastic. It's a sort of pen. This I discovered thanks to YouTube, because I was ignorant, and this is fantastic for holes. Really, once I used the drill, but with this, buy. If you don't have it, you must buy. And then clamps to get all the parts together. Naturally, I use a drill, I use other things, screwdrivers, pliers, as you know, there's no limit. After tools, glue. And we make space, 1, 2, and 3. And now a question, what don't you see herein? Super glue, I prefer as our traditional. This you can find from any factory. I love Bostik, it's quite good. This makes a very strong bend between parts. Very, very strong and quite flexible. It's important flexibility because this is a dynamic model. This is perfect. This is a contact glue. The one you put on the face, and on the other face you wait 5, 10, 3 minutes, depending from the instructions. Then you put the parts together and they bend absolutely strongly. This is perfect for foams because it doesn't melt the foams. And then this one. This is a common glue for plastic. After so many years, I found that this is the best one to me, obviously. The only problem is that this very thin tube can be closed by the dried glue. So when you use it, you make this, then you blow inside until it gets thicker, and then you squeeze to be sure that there's no glue inside the tube. This is very important, otherwise the only way to open the tube is to burn it. But once you burn one, you have to burn always. This is what I use to do my interior. But how do I proceed? Now I show you. Are you still here? Now we speak about how to proceed, how to do them, but not how absolutely, how do I used to do. Perhaps you are better than me. I'm not so precise in this kind of work. We have the car, wonderful car. We have to do interiors. So, open the magnet mount. This is fantastic, I love this way. Open the car. The car is quite thick and interiors normally needs more space. So we have to do our best to get the most space we can. I used to start from the base. I put a piece of paper, then I draw the inside, then I put the piece of paper on the evergreen Plasticard, then I cut the first piece. After this, and I show you, this is just an advanced part. You see that it's not the same here. It's not imperfect. Okay, at the end of the work, remember, when you put the body on, quite everything is okay. For sure, the most part of your mistake you don't see while the car is running, but the effect is fantastic. In this case, I made this, then I made this, then I made this. You see, just these two to have more stiffness. These interiors will be fitted into the rear body posts, and in front I have to decide, because Velcro, the problem is this, all the steering system. This has to be higher because he doesn't have to stop the steering system. Other parts, it's not a problem. After this, I have to go up. And to go up, I have to check the space. You see inside, we have some room, but I don't think all the room we need to have all the pilot legs. So perhaps I will have to cut pilots. Okay, you see that we have a floor. And with the floor, the model is fantastic. Much better. I don't see the ground through the windows. And this is very good. But this is just the beginning. After this, I have to think at this part. I have to go up and then horizontal. Then I have to realize the dashboard. And the dashboard is nice if it has instruments, leverage, buttons, everything. Then the steering wheel. But first doing this, I do the first part up and horizontal. Then I stop. Then I concentrate myself on the seats and on the pilot. Because depending from the position of the pilot, it depends the position of the steering wheel, and so on. When I finish this, I think at the roll cage, and for the roll cage, it's very long and complicated, because modern roll cage are so complicated that it's a work like building a model to realize a complete roll cage with all the cross sections. I think that I will do something like, yes, modern, okay, complicated, but not perfect. Inside the roll cage, I have to put foams on the door and so on to protect the pilot. After that, paint, and then hope everything is okay. For today, the lesson is finished. And so, my friends, I hope you are still here. So many words, but I'm happy to do this because I think that sharing our experiences is one of the goals of YouTube. Not just to make short videos with bobs out and so on. Those are nice, but to me, a little bit stupid. This car will be finished. I don't know when, because by now I don't want to proceed. I have in mind other project, but it will be finished and I will carry you along the work. By now, thank you very much for watching. Comment, like and subscribe, and up to the next wonderful idea. Ciao!